Fee, fi, fo, fum. Kenny's got a new giant, and it could be fun.
Happy Wednesday and welcome into the PHNX Sun Devils show. Of course, coming to you live from Studio K, presented by Circle K. Make sure you join Inner Circle for free by downloading the Circle K app today. Terms and conditions apply at participating locations. Visit circlek.com for details. I am Anthony Totri, joined as always by the blind mouse, Erik Ruby. He's here today. We got Ayrton behind the Mac, making all of the magic happen. Ben here right off rip. Yo, yo, yo. Make sure you hit the like button. You hit the subscribe button and you drop a 5-star review wherever you get your podcasts. Every single time that it feels like we will have nothing to talk about, Kenny Dillingham delivers.
You think he did this just for us?
I think he did it just for us.
He said, man, you guys would have been screwed. Here's a 6'7"
well,
wideout.
Here we are. 6'7", transfer wide receiver added to the Sun Devil roster. We're going to be talking a lot about him, and then taking a little bit of a zoom out at that wide receiver room as a whole. A lot of names starting to look like a really crowded room for Hines Ward and company. And then we'll zoom out even further.
What?
We're going to talk about all the spring transfers that Arizona State has added thus far, if there are any others, if there are any glaring position holes as it stands right now in May. And then we will wrap things up with a snake draft. What say you, not Redbeard, but Rubus?
Wow.
R.I.P., man. Should we take a moment of silence?
It's still hitting you. It's like once a week you call somebody else Redbeard.
I said it so much that it became second nature.
Yeah.
So I don't even have to think about it.
It's because of my luxurious beard?
That's exactly what it is. It's just literally because your last name starts with an R and Redbeard starts with an R. So it just kind of slipped out.
Are we going to be able to continue to zoom out? Can we zoom out even further?
Into what?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking you.
We could take
How far can we zoom out?
List
every single player that's ever played for Arizona State in any sport.
I mean, that would definitely be a big zoom out.
That would have been a 24-hour stream thing.
Do
you think that? How long? Sorry, this is so off.
Yeah, I don't know where you're taking it.
How long do you think it would take to just read the name of every single athlete that's ever played at Arizona State?
Read their name.
Just read their name. But every sport from its inception to today, even transfers.
I think it would take you.
I think days.
No, I don't think it would take that long.
Dude.
I think it would take you 8 hours.
Oh, it would take longer than that.
I don't think so. I don't think it would.
It's like university was founded in 1432.
It takes you a second to say a name.
Well, reading is not the easiest thing in the world.
It's okay, Rubus.
All right, let's talk about...
One day you'll learn how to read, buddy.
Let's talk about the newest addition to Sun Devil football.
Arizona State last night, the announcement, the commitment had come through that former Northern Illinois wide receiver Akim Lanieux is transferring to ASU. Now, not a lot of discussion around what he did at Northern Illinois because, he didn't really do anything. He was there just for the spring. Prior to that, though, he was at a JUCO where he had 20 receptions for 378 yards and 2 touchdowns last season. The stats are not necessarily what you're immediately looking at when you talk about Akim. The first thing you're looking at is the fact that this guy is listed at 6'7", 190 pounds, immediately comes in as one of the tallest wide receivers, not just in this room, not just in the Big 12, but one of the tallest Power 4 wide receivers in the country, Rubus.
Is there a taller wide receiver than 6'7"?
Not that I can think of. Curtis Hodges when he was at ASU. How tall was he? Was he 6? Was he 6'7"?
Was he 6'7"?
He might have been. I think, and he was initially a tight end that transitioned
He's 6'8".
He's 6'8". Yeah.
Yeah.
That's wild size. That is
6'8's nuts.
to play tight end. or wide receiver.
Yeah.
So that's immediately what jumps out to me here is Arizona State adding a really, really lengthy wideout that, again, the stats aren't going to blow you away. The fact that he was at a JUCO is definitely going to be something that fans are looking at. And they're like, okay, he's a developmental guy. Like Sharon says in the chat, is this a depth add? That's what it feels like. It feels like a depth addition with, I think, a really high ceiling if this guy turns into, can really develop. I think he's certainly going to see the field on special teams as well. So this is, I think you take a flyer on a guy that's, again, 6'7", and there is upside to it because he does move pretty well for a guy of that height.
So what is he? Is he a junior? Is he a sophomore?
I believe last season he was a redshirt sophomore, so I believe he's a redshirt junior.
So he would have another year of eligibility.
Got two full years
after
I
this.
believe.
Yeah, it definitely feels like a depth piece for sure. I can't see with just how crowded this wide receiver room is a place for him to consistently get on the field. Now, that being said, Kenny's big earn your spot guy.
Yeah, he is.
And if during fall camp and the first couple of weeks of the season, Akim plays like one of the best wide receivers on the team, or at least in certain situations, like we were talking maybe goal line, right? Maybe a short little pass over the middle. You need somebody quick with good hands to go high point something. Shout out Jalen Conyers. Then maybe he sees the field.
Yeah.
I don't know where he fits in, and that's more of a testament to how deep this room is. But before we get there, like watching him on film, I know there were a couple of things that I saw, and I'm sure you did too. What was the number one thing besides the fact that he's 6'7" that stood out to you?
The way that he moves with being that tall. I think there are a lot of times you see it in the NBA when there's more guys that are 6'7", or I guess maybe in college more so than the NBA, of guys that are that size that just almost look clumsy, that have a tough time looking athletic at that size. He runs very fluid for being a guy at 6'7". It doesn't look like he starts and stops in a difficult manner. Like he can do it all in one motion, which is, it sounds natural, it sounds easy, but being 6'7" is not an easy thing to just walk around and exist, let alone being able to go out there and be a Division I football player. So I think that's immediately what jumped out to me. And then he's got pretty good hands.
I thought that was probably the second thing that stood out to me, because you can be tall for sure, and you can get above somebody, but can you catch the ball? Right? It's the same thing like you mentioned in basketball. You can be tall and you can get above somebody, but can you grab the rebound? Can you finish the layup? Right? Size isn't everything.
Yeah.
Anthony Totri. And I think
you said it, Erik.
I listen. We all know this. This is
so what you're saying is size doesn't matter.
Correct.
Okay. Just want to make sure I heard that correctly.
I want that on the record. You can quote me on that. Make one of those quote graphics.
Quote graphic, size doesn't matter. Erik Ruby.
But in this case, it can matter.
Yeah.
Right? Because I don't think that he would get a spot at ASU, because you also have to remember, and I know you do, and everybody who's listening does too. Like, this is not a school in a position to just be like, let's just be a traveling circus and get the wildest, whatever. Oh, we'll take the 6'7" wide receiver.
Or the tallest,
we'll take
fastest,
the 400-pound tight end. Just for fun, because we don't have anything else going on. This is a team trying to win back-to-back Big 12 championships.
Yeah.
This is a team trying to go back to the college football playoffs. This is a team that values everybody on their roster, besides even those who play, start, are in the two deep, or even just rotational pieces. If you are on this team, you're an instrumental part in this goal. And the fact that you're bringing somebody in an already crowded room would lead me to believe that he is here for a reason. Now, maybe it's to kind of push everybody else in the room, or to give DBs and stuff a secondary look in practice against a very big, tall receiver. Maybe it's to develop for a year, gain some weight, and maybe eventually move over to the tight end position next year.
Yeah,
right.
Potentially.
Like there are multiple reasons why he could be on the roster beyond just he's 6'7".
Yeah.
Right. So I want people to be aware, obviously, that he's 6'7", but I don't need people to think that, the only reason he's here because of his height. Because guess what? Kenny is not going out and getting somebody only because they're 6'7".
No, absolutely not. And I'm just looking through this right now. How many skill position players do you think Arizona State has of 6'4" or taller? Skill positions.
AJ Ia. Yeah.
Crickets.
That's it.
They have about 7 or 8 players
Oh, still?
now.
Who else?
You have AJ. You have
Is Kamari?
Akim. You have Kamari at 6'5".
Okay.
You have Shaman at 6'4". You have
Shaman 6'4", yeah.
Jaden Fortier at 6'4".
It's just all the tight ends. It's all the tight ends.
You have 2 wide receivers, I believe, also that are
Malik
listed.
is 6'4", right?
Uriah Neloms, excuse me, is 6'4", 215. James Giggy, he's a 6'4" tight end. Yeah, there's just Malik, I believe, is 6'2".
Okay,
I think I could be wrong.
He
on
looks
that.
6'4".
He does. He looks gigantic. Let's see, just to be sure on that. Oh, he's 6'5". My bad.
Yeah.
So this guy Akim is 2 inches taller than Malik McClain, and Malik McClain already looks giant out there playing wide receiver. It's funny because you bring up the fact that yes, you don't want to be. This isn't just like a circus at Arizona State.
Yeah,
right?
you're tall. Come on in.
But it does feel like there is an emphasis this offseason of getting talent that can do a bunch of different things.
Sure.
Right? Like there are guys on this roster that have played multiple positions. There are guys that run really fast. There are guys that are really tall. There are guys that can push a ridiculous amount of weight. And whether we sit here and say that that's a circus isn't the right word, but it does feel like there are going to be moments, there are going to be games, there are going to be opportunities this season where, hey, like we have an X factor, and not in the traditional sense of an X factor being, hey, Jordan Tyson, Cam Scadaboo, they're the difference maker. No, when we're talking about Arizona State going on this season and some of the pieces on their roster, we're talking about X factors of just guys that you don't see every single day on a football field.
Mm-hmm.
Jaron Hamilton runs a ridiculously fast 40, right? He's just ridiculously fast. So whether he's out there like every single play or there are certain, formations, specific plays for him, that's going to be something that presents a challenge to the defense. Mm-hmm. If you are playing, a smaller secondary, we're in the goal line and we have an opportunity to throw out a 13 personnel where we have 3 tight ends, 3 of them are 6'5". We got a 6'6" guy out there or a 6'7" wide receiver out there as well. Like
a jumbo package.
Like it's just, again, it presents such weird opportunities for these guys and really challenging circumstances for the opposition, not to mention the fact that you have Sam Levitt at quarterback. So like I love this addition. Again, I think you don't lose anything by adding a guy like this who had to go, the road less traveled, taking the JUCO side of things, and then going to Northern Illinois, and then now at ASU. We've seen ASU have JUCO success before with a number of players on this team. Elijah O'Neal, most recently, it feels like. So I'm really interested to see what this group of spring guys in general is capable of doing, because it's a very unique, like, just blend of these guys.
Yeah, I think that it will. Kaiser says, where did they still need to add talent in your opinion? Let's put a pin in that. We'll get to that in a little bit, Kaiser. I do think that he can have an impact when it comes to practice because, well, maybe you're not going to be going up against somebody who's 6'7" on the other team. You're going to have to go up against somebody bigger than you, most likely. And if you're able to meet them at the high point, maybe able to meet them at a more physical level up in the air, even though this guy's not big, that can translate for sure. But I'm wondering, like, what would be the most realistic scenario
for him
to actually get consistent playing time? Like, is it
special
you just have
teams.
to have one trick play?
The special teams. That's where he's going to play. That's
beyond that.
Beyond special teams, like what's the route for him to get there?
Yeah, what is like how does ASU use him with their current weapons in a way that it's like, you know what, we got to put this guy on the field? Like, who else is out there that you're like, he's going to create an advantage? He's going to create some sort of opening that even if we don't throw him the ball, just having him out there is necessary for this.
I mean, Hail Marys,
position.
Like this is a guy that if there is going to be, circumstances at the end of a game where you need just screw it, we need somebody tall down there, he's going to be on every single Hail Mary that you have. He's a 6'7" wide receiver. But I do think in terms of like, you need a gadget guy on the goal line. that it's like he's just so like it's so unfair that he's this tall that yeah, I'm 100% lining him up isolated by himself, throw a corner over there. If you think that your one corner that you have at even at a like an above average size for a college corner would be what, 6'2", I'm still taking the 6'7" jump ball wide receiver with a top 3 quarterback in the country that can place it there, right? So that immediately forces, you know, defenses, whether they're now playing zone because they can't man up against this guy, or you stack them. You throw 2 guys out there. That leaves a bunch of alternatives. We'll put him out there. We'll run the football. I think that's something that you could see ASU do a lot this season, is because their weapons now are so much bigger. Not a knock on last year's team, but you added AJ, you added this guy, like Malik's still out there. There's a real chance that we're talking about skill position guys in the red zone. You've got your 5 offensive linemen. You got your quarterback. That's 6. We'll take Kyson Brown in the backfield or Kanye. That's 7. Okay, we need 4 skill guys. I'm throwing Akim out there, who's 6'7". He's on the perimeter by himself. I'm throwing Malik McClain out there. He's 6'5". He's on the other side by himself. And then lined up on each tackle, I've got AJ at 6'6" and Shaman at 6'4". I'm going to spread you out. You're either going to have to man up against those guys, or we're just going to run it up the gut. Like it should be that simple in theory.
Well, and I even think that Williams says red zone fades in wheel routes. I agree with that. I think he won't be somebody that every time they get down to the red zone, it's all right, it's Akim's time, right? It's going to be, well, they'll have kind of this basic set red zone package and plays, and then every once in a while, it's going to be like, F it. Throw the 6'7" guy out there. Just to throw you off. You don't. Again,
what's the package called?
Size doesn't matter.
Too long. It's got to be one word.
Size matters.
Size matters?
Size matters.
I'm going to go with Olajuwon.
Hey, size matters.
Size matters?
Hey, size matters.
Yeah, I can't see the coaches
Is it
yelling
Olajuwon?
that. Olajuwon, yeah. Akim?
Yeah.
I know it's obviously not spelled the same, but
that's
Olajuwon. Let's run with it. I'm here with that. That'll work.
Hashtag Lank. Hashtag Lank. Lank.
Start it right now. We're starting the trend.
But when you can throw him out there, even if you don't do anything with him, if somebody is watching your tape and they're seeing consistent red zone packages that include like AJ and Shaman and Jordan Tyson and Malik McClain, or Jalen Moss and Jordan Tyson, more like possession receivers that are quicker, right? And they're prepared for all this. Oh, maybe they run the ball a lot when they get to the red zone, which I'm sure they will, especially if it's Kyson or if it's Kanye. Kanye's a big dude.
Or Ralik. Don't sleep on Ralik.
Or Ralik. Like, you have a bunch of different looks there as well. You're just going to mix it up so often that you'll keep people on their toes. And then if they're not prepared, because I don't see Akim being an every game guy. I don't see him being an every red zone trip kind of guy.
I see him really, really hurting NAU if he plays.
Yeah, big time. The thing is, though, if you're not prepared for him and you hear hashtag Lank, and you're like, what does that mean? And you turn around and here comes 6'7" running down the field to you, you're immediately going to start scrambling. Even if you don't think that he's going to be a target, you can't forget about him.
No, you're the thing is, now you're forced to respect some of these guys because of their unique size. Again, like it's not like you're throwing just a traditional, and even like a Malik, right? Malik's 6'5", but you can guard him like one-on-one, right? That's 6'5" is not otherworldly size for a wide receiver. It's big, but 6'7", I know, again, in the grand scheme of things, it's only 2 inches, right? But still, like, it goes a long way.
Hey, man, 2 inches can matter, okay?
It goes a long way when we're talking about wide receivers. Like, you're forced to respect a guy of that size out there. And unless you, again, have just an otherworldly corner on the perimeter, you can't really man up against a guy like this, which is going to obviously create problems for defenses. So it's something I'm certainly excited to see. I know you're excited to see. Sun Devil Nation is excited to see. I do want to take a look at the wide receiver room as a whole. We will do that. We will talk more about the spring transfers. We will even get to the snake draft at the tail end of today's show. But we do got to keep the lights on, so it is time to take a quick break. Guys, I'm wearing one of my personal favorite hats. It's a Brandon Bills hat.
Oh, you're wearing a Brandon Bills hat?
I'm wearing a Brandon Bills. Oh, dude,
you won't believe this.
You're also...
I'm also wearing a Brandon Bills hat.
Love that for us. Love it. You know why I love this one specifically, though?
Why?
Because I made it.
Aww.
When we went to Brandon Bills, we saw the facility. We saw all of the time, energy, and effort that goes into a single
It had to
cap.
be when I was on vacation.
It had to be. When you were on vacation.
So upsetting.
But
It's okay. I just
made
have
this
15
nice little
other
hat.
Brandon Bills hats at home.
It's comfy.
Okay.
For me, this specific hat was free, but I know yours, they're very affordable on the website. Guys, they got a hat for literally every occasion. If you're going to the gym, Brandon Bills, perfect hat. Maybe you're just lounging around at the house, messy hair, throw on a hat. Heck, if you're the type of guy that wants to go on a date with a hat, Brandon Bills, they've got you covered there as well. Head to BrandonBills.com and use our brand new promo code BBPHNX for 20% off your first order.
ABB. Hey, let me tell you about All Pro Shade Concepts, BB.
My goodness.
Okay. But on the real, it's about to get hot. Yesterday was nice. Hoodie weather is not forever here in Arizona. And no matter where you are, you might want to extend your outdoor living space. And I know that you want to do that with All Pro Shade Concepts.
Facts.
Not just because it's the basics. They're licensed, they're bonded, insured. Okay, cool. So is everybody. But you want to know what everybody's not? Voted #1 by Ranking Arizona for patio shades in 2024. An A+ Better Business Bureau rating. Over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google. And over 20 years in the Valley, starting by making window shades by hands for friends and family. It is truly a start from nothing business into giving you roll down patio shades that help keep your patio up to 20 degrees cooler in the summer when you're in the shade. Hundreds of different options and colors and fabrics to choose from to withstand the AZ sun and to match your home. Call 623-204-1476 or visit allproshadeconcepts.com right now to schedule your free estimate.
Do the thing.
Do it.
Right now.
You know, we talk about a big wide receiver.
We do.
What about making a big impact in your community?
How can we do that?
Well, I'm glad you asked, Anthony Totri, because ALLCITY and PHNX are teaming up with Big Brothers, Big Sisters of America. It's a 3-year partnership, and we are so excited to do a national partnership that actually impacts everything here locally. Being a mentor in any capacity is one of the best things that you can do, whether you're a teacher, whether you're a coach, or whether you're a big brother or a big sister with Big Brothers and Big Sisters of America. We're going to do a lot of fun stuff this year through fundraising, content events, and even opportunity for our team and maybe even some of you to get directly involved in mentorship. It's the best part about being a local company like PHNX is the fact that you are impacting the community locally. You're not just here to talk about sports. You're here to help change Arizona.
And
so
it's going to be incredible.
It's going to be incredible. And you can learn more and to see how to get involved yourself at bbbs.org/allcity.
Guys, do us a solid. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, drop a 5-star review wherever you get your podcasts. I know a lot of people really intrigued by the idea of Kenny and Marcus Arroyo and Hines Ward adding another wide receiver to this room because this wide receiver room by the day feels like it is starting to get out of hand with the number of guys that they have in here that could potentially contribute. This is what the wide receiver room looks like right now. There are some names still left off of this list, but these are guys that are pretty familiar, I feel like, with Sun Devil Nation or that you have a chance of seeing this year. Starting, obviously, with Jordan Tyson, wide receiver 1. This is a guy that we all feel very confident is going to be one of the best wide receivers in this country, definitely in the Big 12. And he's Sam Levitt's favorite target. Outside of that, though, Rubus, there are a lot of guys on this list that are guys that we can look at of like, okay, you are definitely somebody capable of contributing, right? Jalen Moss, Jaron Hamilton, Malik McClain. We see you having an impact this season. And then there are other guys that are just kind of like question marks. Like, do you make a big jump this year? Is there an opportunity for you to really make a name for yourself in certain packages, certain opportunities, like a Zechariah Sample, a Derek Eusebio, a Corey Butler Jr.? And then you've got maybe some wild cards, right? Does Coben Bourget have a final hoorah season in him? Harry Hassman, a freshman, Chance Abels, Akim Lanieux, like there are just so many guys in this room. What are we at? 12 here? Like
a lot.
That's a lot of dudes.
I don't think they're all going to play.
I don't think so
Let
either.
me go out on a limb and say
How many? Give me a number.
Consistent playing or
Wide
just
receiver, not as special
or
teams.
just touch the field as a wide receiver.
That see the field in 6 or more games.
6 or more games?
Assuming everyone stays healthy.
4.
4.
In 6 or more games?
Yeah.
4.
And that would be Jordan Tyson.
Yep.
Malik McClain.
Yep.
Jalen Moss.
Yep.
And Jaron Hamilton.
Yep.
Who's the outlier? Who's next in line there?
Ooh, let's put that back up. Let's put that back up and let's take a look.
There is a right answer here.
It's either Noble Johnson or Sample.
Yeah. I think that's 100% fair. Noble had a strong end to camp.
And Sample's been here. That's the thing, too.
Yeah, but so is Eusebio.
Yeah, I know everybody's really high on
And Corey
Eusebio.
Butler had a really good spring. Just throwing that out there.
I know everybody's super high on Eusebio, and I get it. When he touches the ball, he makes a play. I don't know if he's going to see the field consistently, really at all.
What'd I say, 6 games?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
I'll go 5.
Okay, so who's your 5th? I'm assuming all 4 that I have are the same.
Same 4.
Like, actually, I don't know if Jordan Tyson.
Same 4. And then my 5. Wow. I really want to say Corey Butler.
I was about
Jr.
to say, I know you want to say
I really want to say Corey Butler Jr. I just don't see it as a freshman. I'll go. Wow, this is tough. Give me Zechariah Sample.
I think Sample is probably the safest 5th choice, just because he's been in the system. He's got skills that you could look at that are translatable to the field. I could see it.
But my sleeper is definitely Corey Butler Jr. Is definitely that kid. That kid is electric with the ball in his hands, and he has continued to grow every single day. In the spring, he had a really good spring, in my personal opinion. Will saying Chance, Butler, Harry, and Akim are developing for next year. Eusebio, Sample, and Noble could see a couple plays a game. Coben is the odd man out. Again, these aren't even all of the names in the wide receiver room. I left off, I believe, 2 guys.
Who?
I left off Uriah, who we talked about earlier, is like 6'4", and then I'd have to really go back and look at who I missed on the last one.
Elijah Badger.
Justice Span. Justice Span's another one, a redshirt freshman wide receiver, 6'2", 210 pounds. It's just a loaded room, dude.
Is it the most loaded room on the team?
This is ooh. That's a tough question.
Okay, is it the most loaded room on offense?
When you say loaded, what do you mean?
What do you think I mean?
I feel like you could say loaded as in this is the best room, or you could say loaded as in this has the most not depth, but the most equal talent across the room.
I think those are 2 different ways to look at it.
Which is exactly why I asked you to clarify.
But what do you value more? It's probably a balance of both, right?
The best room. The best room is the running back room.
Okay.
Or I guess the quarterback room, because you got the best player in
okay. I'm just going to take the quarterback room out of it. So wide receiver then would not be the most loaded.
I think wide receiver is number 2.
Okay.
Because we're not currently talking about the wide receiver room the way that we're talking about the running back room, right?
I think the top end talent in the wide receiver room is
but
better.
again, that goes back to the what are you saying when you say loaded?
Well, I think it's a balance of both.
So you would say that the wide receiver is the most loaded room on the offense.
Yeah.
Okay, why? Why do you feel like that?
Well, Jordan Tyson.
Ooh, that's a great answer.
I mean, the tight end room is also there. Hey, don't you like how there's multiple different answers? Isn't that nice?
That is fun. Huh?
Let's explore the argument for all 3.
Okay.
So you just gave the argument for the running back room.
Yes.
So for the wide receiver room, I think they have the second best player on the offense, which is Jordan Tyson. So when it comes to top end talent, it's okay, that's the check for the wide receiver room. Right. They have a nice variety of talent, whether you have Jaron Hamilton, speed, a little bit of a wild card, somebody you're developing. Malik McClain, bigger, big body type of guy, more of a possession receiver. And then you have Jalen Moss, who's more of a proven, crisp route, sharp guy.
Let's do something.
Okay.
Let's do something that only PHNX Sun Devils will do.
What?
Let's have this conversation about these position rooms.
Okay.
And you can have the individual players like a Jordan Tyson. But I want to equate them all to candy. Right now. That's what I want to do.
No free ads?
Like it's Halloween. Okay. So Jordan Tyson's in this wide receiver room.
Okay.
It's Halloween. What is he?
Jordan Tyson is a Reese's.
Beautiful. It's literally a goat tier candy.
Yeah.
The rest of that wide
Sam
receiver
Levitt
room
is a Snickers. Just
okay.
I can
live with that. I
The
can live
rest
with
of that wide receiver room,
because it doesn't feel like you have any more of those elite upper echelon candies in that room. We're talking now like Red Vines.
Okay, I think Jaron Hamilton is a Milky Way.
Okay. I'm not the biggest fan of Milky Ways, but I'm listening to you.
Milky Ways. I was gonna say a word I can't say. They have. You got Jalen Moss as M&M's.
Okay.
Because it's like you're basic, you're down to earth, you're consistent, but like
I feel like Malik McClain would have been a better M&M, but you know.
Okay, well, I'm actually taking this seriously.
Do what you gotta do. You're right.
I'm not making this a damn game.
M&M's a better comp for Jalen Moss.
Correct. I said Malik McClain was a Milky Way, or did I say that?
No, you said
Jaron Hamilton.
and Milky Way.
So Malik McClain. Ooh,
he's a Red Vine.
No,
Red Vines are fire, dude. But they're not for everybody.
I don't know.
They're not every play candies.
Malik McClain. They're not every play candies. It's like cookies and cream Hershey bar.
Okay, so like once in a blue moon,
but really
good when they hit.
Really good when they hit.
Okay, so that's the wide receiver room.
Okay.
Now the running back room, what do we got?
Okay.
Again, mind you, the Reese is the only bar up there, I would say, in that wide receiver room that
That's
you're
like
picking.
elite.
You're picking like every single day. Damon's losing his mind out there.
Well, I don't know. I feel like I just gave all the candies away.
Running back room, I don't think there is a Reese's, but I think there is a lot more like above average candies in that room.
List of candy. Skittles.
Skittles, I think. Okay, give me Kyson Brown as Skittles.
Okay, Kyson Brown is Skittles. Sour Patch Kids.
Kanye Udo.
Starburst
is Raleek Brown.
Raleek.
You got a lot of really good candies in there.
Okay, who's a Kit Kat? Who's a Twix? Twix is a good candy.
Twix is AJ.
Twix is AJ. Who's Kit Kat? Shaman,
yeah.
Just
the tight end room. But look at that. Look at that. I mean, we're making the conversation for us. We're going to that tight end room, like Will said, and we're just great candy after great candy after great candy. What's Kamari?
Yeah, Kamari.
Airheads.
That's rude.
Whoa! Airheads are fire, dude. Don't you disrespect Airheads like that.
Off top? What's your opinion on Three Musketeers?
It's a trash ass.
I disagree.
Candy.
I think Three Musketeers are good. I don't know why people hate that.
It's a trash ass candy.
Go away.
What do you want, Max?
Go away.
What do you want?
Come here. Come on in. Come on in. No, go away. Yeah. See, I wanted him to leave and he stayed. So then I said, come in, and he left.
Tight end room is the most loaded. I will agree. I did forget about that. Yeah, I feel like Nerds Gummy Clusters are overrated in my personal opinion. I know there are individuals in this office.
He's so mad
that
at us.
disagree.
He's so mad at us.
But you know, that's my 2 cents on the candy in this room.
Are we okay with Sam being a Snickers?
I think there are better candies out there that Sam could be.
What would you say Sam would be?
He's just a goated Hershey's bar.
That's so plain though.
But does it ever not smack?
Who's a milk dud?
Is that the show? You just
I think
naming candies and me giving you a player that it fits?
This is what the show is now.
Milk dud.
Who's
Jacob
a milk
Kagaika.
Dud? Peanut butter or peanut M&M.
Jordan Crook.
York peppermint patty.
Some redshirt freshman.
Crunch bar.
Ooh.
Ghost.
I was gonna say Javen Robinson.
Javen, okay. We have not named a lot of defensive players. Sweet Tarts.
Tony Lewis and Cuba.
Interesting. I'm
having way too much fun with
Laffy Taffy.
Laffy Taffy?
Yeah, who's a Laffy Taffy?
Oh, goodness. Zach Swanson.
Ooh, you know what candy bar is super underrated?
You're about to tell me.
$100,000. Have you ever had $100,000?
I've never had $100,000. Why are you, dude? You eat old people candy.
Oh, dude.
You eat old people candy.
Put me in the retirement home.
Look at this. This guy is
100
losing
grand?
his mind over 100 grand.
100 grand's
Three Musketeers in a Milky Way.
Rock.
Do you like Almond Joys too?
No. I don't. My mom does though.
Ooh, Butterfinger.
Ooh, who's Butterfingers?
Clayton Smith.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who's a Twizzler?
Akim.
Okay. Who's the Swedish fish?
Okay. Do you like Swedish fish?
Yeah,
I love Swedish fish.
Xavier.
Yeah. I give you that. Xavier. No, yeah.
Rolos.
I never had a Rolo.
You never had a Rolo?
Never
It's
had a
just it's
Rolo.
just chocolate and caramel.
Hard to mess that up, huh?
No, yeah, hard to mess that up. So Keith
Abney?
Keith Abney's a Rolo.
If that's what you were saying.
I guess so. We have any more? Jolly Ranchers?
Uh,
You know who would have been Jolly Rancher?
Hmm.
Scat. Because
Yeah.
so many different flavors.
yeah,
they
that's
all
fair.
kind of hit.
They all hit. They don't all
Yeah.
kind of hit.
They all hit.
They all
What's your
hit.
favorite Jolly Rancher
The
flavor?
green apple.
Ooh, green apple's good.
Green
Watermelon's
apple's fire.
good.
The blue one's good.
The blue one's
too.
good, but the blue one just does so much damage to your mouth.
They all do.
Yeah, but like it leaves like a
Think,
very
real
big
quick,
mark.
What is a Jolly Rancher?
Just sugar. It's hard sugar.
Yeah. That's it.
I kind of want a Jolly Rancher right now.
I saw one laying around this office not too long ago.
Who's the payday? You saw a Jolly Rancher in the
I
office?
did, yeah. A green one, actually.
Welcome to May.
Yeah.
Folks.
Yeah.
Welcome to May.
Um,
Last one, payday. Who gets nutty?
Keyshawn Elliott.
Keyshawn
No,
Elliott.
that's Miles.
Ooh, what's CJ fight?
CJ fight.
CJ fight.
Ooh, is the Easter egg chocolate bunny.
Ooh, okay. I like that. I don't
Just
know
like
why.
the biggest candy
I
I
don't
can
know
think
why,
of.
but I like that.
The biggest one I could think of.
Jawbreaker.
Justin Watley.
I'm like, all right, last one. Here's 6 more. Whoppers.
Ooh, I hate Whoppers, dude. I can't give a player. I hate Whoppers.
They're all right.
They're all right.
You let them melt in your mouth.
You can only have like 2.
Tootsie Roll.
Jason Brown.
Now, who's the oldest player on the roster?
Oh my gosh.
Smarties, Ben Coleman.
Okay, I'm here for that.
Lifesaver.
That should be Sam. Kenny's a
Kenny's
lifesaver.
the lifesaver.
He is he's a program saver.
Yeah.
God. Okay, are we
What is
done?
it?
Are
What
we
is a
done?
nutrageous bar? Do you know what a nutrageous bar is? Nutrageous. I gotta look that up.
Be careful.
Nutrageous candy bar. Oh, it's like a Reese's candy bar.
Oh wow.
I never saw that. Anyway, so this wide receiver room.
A lot of guys. A lot of dudes.
I think there's an argument for most loaded. I'm fine saying no.
Okay, quick. Tier ranking. 1, 2, 3.
Running back. That's a whole episode.
Running back,
Let's not
tight
step
end,
on
wide
that.
receiver.
That is a whole episode. Let's not step on that.
We're not going to step on it?
We're not stepping on
Okay,
it.
can I give you mine?
No.
Guys, know that I tried. Rubus here said
Well,
that
when
I
we do a
cannot.
full episode, by the way, we gained viewers while doing the candy bar thing. I just want everybody to be aware of
We
that.
tapped into the candy market.
Take that, Max. When we do a full tier list, just know everybody will thank me because they're not going to be spoiled.
Fine.
Man, the best candy in the world. I'm
Max
just
is
saying.
Circle
It's
K.
it all. I literally all
You
of
can
these
get all
candies,
this candy at
all these
Circle K.
candies, all these candies that we are talking about in a neutral light
Put
can
your
all be
Nerf
found at
gun
Circle
down.
K.
Look at this.
Let it be known that we got shot at during this podcast for you guys.
That's unbelievable work. Guys, hit the like button.
Speaking
hit
of
the
unbelievable
subscribe
work, how about
button.
the show? Huh?
Drop a 5-star review wherever you get your podcast. We're going to be taking a look at the spring incoming transfers.
And we're going to be comparing them to what kind
No,
of candy we
we're
think
not
they
going to
are.
be talking any more candy. But I think we can have a solid discussion on which one of those guys, if one, if two, maybe more, that can have the type of impact that Jordan Tyson has had on this program as a spring transfer, Shaman as a spring transfer, and maybe a guy that we'll mention in a few years as being a staple of this Arizona State team. We'll have that discussion on the other side of this quick break. Max stormed in here and beat me to the punchline, pretty much, where he told you could get all of that wonderful candy that we just spent 5 to 10 minutes talking about. You can get that at Circle K for a great price. Not to mention, maybe you don't want candy. Maybe you want a salty snack. Maybe you want something spicy. Heck, maybe you want an energy drink or a sports drink. Well, guess what? Circle K has something for everybody. Not to mention they're America's thirst shop, but the fun doesn't just end there. It honestly begins when you sign up to become an Inner Circle member. It's Circle K's free membership program. Super easy to download and get enrolled. Go to the App Store, enter your email and phone number once you download the app, and that's really all you need to be a member of Inner Circle. You're going to start cashing in on those deals, like saving 25 cents per gallon on your first 5 fill-ups. Make sure you join Inner Circle for free by downloading the Circle K app today. Terms and conditions apply at participating locations. Visit circlek.com for details.
I've long said this. If Empire Today was a candy, it would be your favorite one, because Empire Today is the best place for you to get your flooring, and you could save $350 off just by listening to us talk about candy. But it's a whole different ball game when you're getting flooring with Empire Today. You're not left in the dust like these big box stores who just don't care about you or your home or your experience or your timeline. Empire Today is different. Not only do they eat, breathe, sleep, and poop flooring, they'll be in your home same day with an estimate, and they can start installation the next day. They'll tell you what type of flooring goes best with your walls, with your furniture, with your style of home, because they actually know the product.
Yeah.
Unlike, again, these big box stores. So schedule a free in-home estimate today, because some things are just better off at home. PHNX listeners can receive a $350 off discount when using promo code PHNX. That's right, $350 discount with promo code PHNX. Restrictions apply. Visit EmpireToday.com/PHNX for details.
Bees is here. Bees has arrived.
Bees!
Nice, dude. I didn't know you had that one in you.
Dude.
Good stuff. Good stuff today, all the way around, huh?
Yeah.
Ayrton, how you
What
doing
kind
back
of
there,
candy
man?
would bees be?
Ooh,
Honeycomb.
yeah.
Okay. Anyway. How you doing?
Always doing good.
Always
Good.
just chilling.
What's your favorite candy?
You guys named a lot of chocolate. I'm more of a sour and gummy guy, so I'm gonna say, probably sour Haribo bears.
Wow. Oh, wow. That's a off the beaten path. I thought he was going to say Warheads.
It's a very, like, I was born in 2005 type of candy.
Is it?
I think so.
Is that when you were born?
2002.
Yeah. Don't disrespect him. Like
I was
that.
just throwing it out there, man. I don't know.
Who's the Warhead of the team? That's Ghost. Warhead is Ghost. Come on. This is the one with the-
Warhead's Kanye. Dude went to Navy. Come on now, man. That was way too
Transfer
great.
portal editions for the spring.
Yes, so it hasn't been a large group
Which
of
we expected.
incoming transfer. Yeah, you expected Kenny and this staff to be very particular with the individuals that they did add, and they've done a lot of work in that 2026 recruiting class. You have the 2025 class. You had a lot of returners, but they've been very, very select with the players that they've added in the transfer portal. Starting with the Helton brothers, you had the Iowa State offensive line transfers, both coming in at 6'5", 300 pounds, 320 pounds. You're right, Sharon. He went to Army.
What'd you say he did?
I said Navy.
Oh, come on, dude.
Yeah, I know.
That's like the
on me.
number
That's
one
on
you
me.
can't
That's
say.
on me. He was, that's on me, Sharon. But yeah, you have both those guys that redshirted last year as true freshmen.
You're no better than ESPN. You know that?
I know. Okay, calm down. They're going to be, I think, again, depth competition type pieces. At least right now, I think they can certainly develop into longtime starters here with that size. That's the size that you'd want for, a right tackle, a left tackle. But I think they do need to get a little bit more experience under their belt. You had Maurice Williams Jr., the Houston safety transfer over. I'm excited to see what he does. I don't know if you've been keeping up with what he does on social media. He tweeted a video of him riding a horse the other day, just in the streets, by the way, in the street of Arizona.
That's all in.
Yeah, he said arrive to the
He's
valley
the
or
Him
something.
Reaper, right?
It's Him Reaper.
Okay. He's the Him Reaper.
Riding in on a horse.
He's riding a horse.
Yeah. Horse was just
Big 12 player of the year.
was just galloping along.
He was comfortable because he was with the Him Reaper.
Yeah, he felt safe.
Yes.
Yeah. Joshua Shanklin, the JUCO edge rusher, who's the number one edge rusher coming out of JUCO in the transfer portal. Cade Davis, the long snapper from Marshall, and then Akim Lanieux, the Northern Illinois and JUCO wide receiver. So again, not a ton of players, But they all are very interesting in their own right to kind of what they bring to this Arizona State team. Do you have a favorite thus far? Did you already gloss over Him Reaper?
Him Reaper for sure. Also a Big 12 player along with the Helton brothers, or at least were in the Big 12, even if they didn't play a lot or at all. I keep on thinking about Joshua Shanklin.
It's my favorite spoiler, by the way.
Yeah, I'm excited. Has your Tail of the Tape dropped yet?
That one comes out, I think, tonight.
Okay, so keep your eye out for that right here on PHNX Sports. Tail of the Tape on Joshua Shanklin. Watching his tape and looking back on it, and you see why he was the number one JUCO edge rusher. And I don't know if he'll play, but I feel like out of all of these guys, he probably has the most clear path.
Yeah, I think him and Maurice Williams Jr. are probably the ones that I would say have the easiest chance of playing right away. Maurice, I don't think he starts, but in terms of depth in that room, there are a lot of young guys. He is somebody that has been in the Big 12. I could see him certainly being a part of that safety rotation, and Shanklin as well. I think he's a rotational piece. I don't think he's a starter, given the fact that you have so many returners from last year on the edge: Clayton Smith, Prince Thorba, Justin Watley, Elijah O'Neal. But I think Shanklin could certainly be a third down specialist, a guy that you bring in strictly of like, hey, go get the quarterback, right? Listed at 6'4", I believe, 220 pounds. He's really solid size for an edge rusher. But kind of like you said, I think the other guys have high ceilings.
Yeah,
I feel like
sure.
I don't think you lose a lot by adding these guys. They're all very unique in kind of, their sizes. We talk about the Helton brothers at 6'5", 320 pounds apiece. Joshua Shanklin, again, at 6'4" off the edge. Akim is 6'7". Maurice Williams is a solid size for a safety. And then Cade Davis, he's a long snapper. He doesn't really matter how big he is. So, like, I think all of these guys could be, if their development goes perfect, I could 100%, given all of their unique attributes, I could see them all playing. At Arizona State, not this season, but long term, they all fit the bill of kind of what you are looking for in those like prototypical positions.
Yeah, I'm excited to see. I think once we get through fall camp, we'll have a clearer idea of any of these guys will play. Obviously, it's tough considering we just went through all of spring ball and we didn't get a chance to see them. But it's exciting, and it's nice to not have this list be about 15 to 20 people long.
Yeah.
And for good reasons, because they didn't need to add a lot of people. And if none of these guys play, they're fine.
Yeah.
They're fine.
I think they'll be fine.
I think any of these transfers playing is the cherry on top of the sundae.
Yeah. I would.
Which you like,
agree.
you want the cherry, but it's not totally necessary.
I'm not a giant cherry guy.
And neither am I.
But, every now and again, good cherry.
When's the last time you just ate a cherry?
Ooh, like the last time I had a cherry?
Yeah.
Last time I had a cherry was probably a month ago.
Really?
Yeah.
It's been years.
I had one on a brownie ice cream sundae.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Have you ever just eaten a cherry just alone?
I used to work at a what's it called? At like a country club, like golf course restaurant.
You were like a pool boy?
No, I was a bus boy.
Okay.
Thank you. But I'd always go up to the bar and steal
My bad.
those little cherries that they had that you probably shouldn't.
I'm just not a big cherry
You're
fan.
not a big cherry
No,
guy?
I'm not a big cherry
you
guy.
like old people candy, so
That's true.
makes sense to me. Anything else before we get further into the silliness of today by going into a snake draft?
I'm ready to cannonball into the silliness.
I'm here. I'm here for that. Guys, hit the like button again. Hit the subscribe button. If you're new here, on Wednesdays during the off season, we do snake drafts. And you can all boo me and blame me. I haven't tweeted out last week's snake draft.
Boo! Afraid I would win.
Yeah. Don't worry. It will get tweeted out, and eventually we'll tally who won this season of snake drafts when the actual college football season starts.
You're so scared.
We do have another snake draft that we're going to get to today, and we already kind of discussed it yesterday. We're going to be snake drafting things in a man cave. And we did a random wheel generator. Rubus was here to see that this is the order. Rubus will be going first in this snake draft. Ayrton will be going second, and then I will be bringing up the rear in third place here, or with the third pick. So,
No, I think you've got it right.
Okay. Does that sound good to everybody?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Without further ado, Erik Ruby, you are on the clock.
Give me your friends.
My friends specifically?
Just in general,
Friends? Okay.
Friends.
Drafting friends.
What is a man cave without the men and women? If you,
Yeah, I
if
mean,
you. But all the things that we're drafting after this, will be enhanced if your friends
by the
are
squad.
There. If your friends are there,
okay, that's
the
fair.
Squad.
Ayrton, when you get a chance before you pick, can we hide the chat? That way we can't necessarily see what's perfect. All right, Ayrton, friends are off the board. Where are you going here?
With my first overall pick for my entire franchise, I'm going to go with a pool table.
It's a good pick.
Solid one.
It's a good pick.
It's a solid one for sure. Every good man cave needs a pool table. Okay, so friends in the pool table are off the board.
Yeah.
I feel like
a lot of good things left on the board.
This is a loaded draft. Yeah. This is a loaded draft class here. I'm gonna go ahead and take TVs.
It's a good pick. Yeah, I was hoping maybe get TV on the back.
That would have been a tough comeback for you.
If I was able to get that on the
you
back
may
end.
just have friends in your man cave. I'm gonna definitely go TVs for mine, and then for my second round pick here, I'm going to go ahead and take sports memorabilia. I feel like that's kind of, what you need here. Yeah. Let me know if you need help spelling memorabilia, Ayrton. And I don't say that in a mean way. I say it as somebody who probably couldn't spell it on their own as well.
I've had so many different words kick my ass recently. It's actually sad.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Ayrton. Back on the board.
Ayrton's back on the clock here. Did we get it? Wow.
Yeah, he got it.
Congratulations.
Wow.
Memorabilia.
Huge.
Where are you going? Who is your two here next to your pool table?
Going next to my pool table is actually going to go along with my pool table. I don't know if you guys have seen those mini jumbotrons.
Oh yeah.
People put on
mini
top.
Jumbotrons are sick.
Yeah, I saw one in person one time, and
as cool as
when I win the lottery, that's the first purchase.
When you win the lottery.
When I win the lottery.
So we've had this discussion with other producers.
You were getting in there.
Yeah, we're going to get there. If you win the lottery, how much do we get?
He just met us.
I know.
Not very long
So this is a real test.
It definitely depends on how much I
win.
Well, let's say
$50 million.
You're winning more than that.
After taxes. $50 million after taxes.
$50 million after taxes? Is it just you two, or am I
just
going around the
office?
office?
Everybody else.
They don't even know.
Yeah.
Then I'm giving you guys probably $1 million each.
Wow. That's awesome.
Oh my god.
Ayrton, welcome to the squad.
Welcome. Let's go.
Absolutely love to have you here.
Just know that we are absolutely going to hold you to that.
Good luck.
So if you win the lottery,
your effort to win the lottery.
Okay, so you have TVs and sports memorabilia.
I do.
Ayrton has a pool table and a mini jumbotron. Which, by the way, I respect the mini jumbotron.
I do too. You could have got it.
That would have been there at the very last round.
Yeah.
But I get it. You're picking
new here.
for you.
You're new here.
You're picking for you. No, but he's also picking for himself.
Yeah, you're right.
Which you gotta appreciate.
Which you'll learn doesn't win snake
and
draft.
when you guys are lonely in your man caves, without any friends, looking at your mini jumbotron and your sports memorabilia that nobody's looking at,
what are you gonna?
I'll be with my friends having a full bar.
Yeah,
give me a full bar.
Yeah, a full bar
with my second pick.
It's a good pick.
So the TV was a good pick.
Yeah, it was a great pick. Let's get that clear.
But there's a way around it.
It's a great pick.
There's a way around it.
You gonna get a radio, old man, to go with your hard candies that you got?
No. Those are the last two picks.
Yeah.
Give me a projector.
Okay, you can have a projector.
Give me a projector.
Projectors are overrated.
I still have a screen, though.
You're
That's
right.
the thing, is I could
you
still
need
watch
a screen.
something.
You need a screen.
Right?
You need a screen for sure.
There's something here that one of us absolutely has to draft, and it is critical. And I don't know if anybody's going to draft it. I don't know if anybody's going to draft it.
I need to get to my draft board real quick.
Oh, you have a board? I'm just going off the dome.
You always go off the dome.
That's not true. But this time it is true. I got friends, a full bar, and a projector. That is a good time.
What do you got, Ayrton?
I'm going with another activity. I love a dartboard in a man cave.
You're just building a dive bar.
Oh, yeah.
Without the alcohol or the people.
That is solid. Where do you put a dartboard, like in terms of like top bar games?
Ooh. Well, bar game number 1 is trivia. I hope we're all aware of that.
Yeah, I guess
bar
that's fair.
trivia is elite. I'd go pool and then darts. What about you?
I'd go pool, and then I like shuffleboard over darts. Yeah, I'm not
Big
a big dart
shuffleboard
guy.
guy.
Not a big dart guy. Okay.
So you have TVs and memorabilia.
Yeah, I
and
have TVs
no
and
friends.
memorabilia here. Give me a beer fridge. You have your full bar. I'm just gonna take the beer fridge.
That's fair. That's totally fair.
We'll keep it pretty simple there. You know, it's not a full bar, but hey, I guess the boys are hanging out with you.
Yeah. You are getting drunk.
I don't need a full bar.
staring
I
at
don't
you.
need a full bar if it's just me.
Yeah, it's just you.
Okay, I just need
your
some ribs.
your man cave, like yours, like, hey, I'm locking in on a Sunday.
Yeah.
A type of man
Yeah.
cave. Ayrton's like, I want to play some games.
And you know what? You've got TVs, memorabilia, and a beer fridge, but you know what you really need to complete every man cave?
What?
You need recliners.
Dang it!
You need
That's what I knew.
recliners.
That was the. I was like, somebody needs to take something to sit on.
You gotta have it. It's an elite option here.
Yeah.
Again, we knew going in, this was a loaded draft. There are a lot of great things that you can have.
Yeah. I got something in my back pocket.
Okay.
I hope Ayrton doesn't take it. It's not an activity, so I'm feeling okay about this.
It's not an activity. If it's an activity, God forbid.
It is.
Yeah, it's Ayrton. All right, Ayrton, what are we taking off here? The mini basketball hoops that you find there too?
No, nothing like that. I got maybe a weird one, but smart lighting.
Smart lighting.
Oh, okay.
Like good lighting. It's got to
Yeah.
kind
I'm here for
of
that.
fit the
absolutely here
vibe,
for that.
fit the mood
I like
of
it.
what's going on. I think smart lighting is
Also something you could have gotten in the last round.
Well,
I got a good one
we're-
for my
we're
last
near
one.
the end
We're
here. We're
near
near
the
the
end.
end.
I got a good one for my last one.
For sure. I like it. The smart lighting.
All right, your last two picks here,
My last
Remus.
two picks here. These are very, very important picks.
They are. They
Critical.
absolutely are.
Critical picks. You took recliners.
I did.
I think that's great. I'm going to take stadium seating.
Okay, so you're uncomfortable.
No, but I mean, like where it's like,
Yeah.
yeah,
I hear you.
stadium seating.
I hope you know, by the way, I've got the perfect final pick.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Do
It,
you?
it just came to me.
Really?
Yeah.
Look me in the eyes so I can steal it from you. You
If
want
you get
anime
it-
posters in your man cave?
Damn it!
All right. I have friends, a
You
full
have
bar.
a friend.
I have a friend, full bar, projector, stadium seating. And for my final pick,
An important pick here.
give me a mini basketball hoop.
Okay.
I need an activity.
You do need an
I
activity.
have an activity. I have friends to do the activity with, a full bar, a projector to watch things with, and stadium seating to sit and watch
Yeah.
with. This
It's a solid
It's
one. It's a solid
elite.
one. It's a solid one. I don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves and say who's going to win because I feel like this is going to be the closest snake draft we have.
Sure.
But I do like your team. It is a
Thank
very
you.
solid team.
That's big of you to
I am
to
somebody
admit.
that doesn't like to give you credit when you do snake drafts.
No, or
this
ever.
may be your best team that you've ever
Wow,
had. Yeah,
really?
It's a really
Wow.
good team. It's a really good
Friends
team.
was a great number one.
It was.
pick.
It was.
Would either of you
I'm
have
glad
taken
that you
Friends?
chose that like term too
Yeah.
as well.
Would either of you have taken Friends if I didn't?
I would have probably at a certain point. I don't know.
Like, would I have been able to get Friends on the back end of the second round? That was what I was
I
gonna.
think I would have probably drafted him after.
So I was thinking
TVs.
I was thinking TV, right?
Yeah.
I was like TV or Friends. I'm like,
Yeah.
maybe I can get Friends, maybe I can get TV. But yeah. Okay.
Ayrton, bring us home with your final likely activity here.
Well, I guess you can do activities on this. This might be a new guy thing, but I think going down into stairs makes it like the vibe of a man cave.
So
Completely
we're getting like a
switches.
spiral staircase down to the man cave.
Like a really steep staircase.
Steep staircase.
Steep staircase with
I
closed
respect the
walls.
pick. You're gonna get obliterated in the poll.
Hey, he's like you said, he's drafting,
Drafted
for himself. Here.
and I
appreciate
totally
that.
get it. I
I
totally
appreciate
get it.
that.
That's a non-Arizona
Oh,
thing either.
By the way, if you're watching on TV, the party always continues over at gophnx.com.
Staircase.
Yeah. Steep staircase.
Steep staircase. You're right. That is not really a thing here in Arizona.
No, basement, but like a basement man cave is for sure
Yeah.
the move.
Yeah.
If you could.
It is 100%. You got to
Yeah.
have money to be able to do that, though.
Oh, dude.
But again, he just won the lottery. He's got a mini jumbotron.
I'm about to say, if
Like,
he
he's
gives
doing
me a
well.
milli, I'm making
He's
this.
doing
I'm making
his
this
well.
man
Yeah,
cave.
he's doing his man cave well here. So the
Staircase, just a
staircase. the final pick here. Give me something that I would absolutely love to have. Give me a golf simulator.
Ooh,
in
good
my
pick.
man cave here.
Good pick.
With
pick.
that'll be my activity.
Yeah, hey, you know what? I hate giving you credit too. You have a good team too.
Yeah,
You're just doing it all by
appreciate
yourself.
that, man. I appreciate that, man. It's okay. I'm comfortable being lonely. I can do that in my man cave. But do you want to recap your squad here,
I'd love
Rubus?
to.
Let's do it.
Friends,
The squad.
self-explanatory. A full bar, also self-explanatory. A projector, stadium seating, and a mini hoop.
I love it. Ayrton, what do you got?
We got a pool table.
Great first pick.
Great
and then
first
a
pick.
mini jumbotron above the pool table. Dartboard next to the pool table. Smart lights
Around the pool table.
around the pool table, and then finally a staircase leading into the room with the pool table.
You don't really
and
have a man
dartboard.
cave. You should have a pool table.
I mean, that's my man cave.
I love it. I love it. I've got TVs, memorabilia, a beer fridge, recliners, and a golf simulator. This will be up on
in the next
X
2
Twitter.
to 3 months.
I promise this is going out today. You guys can vote on social for who you guys think won the draft. Let's go ahead and pull up the comments.
Yeah,
Before we get out of here, we could see
let's
what
see
some of the
here.
comments have to say about what we did.
Fridge was
Ooh, a ping pong
people saying
table.
ping pong table, poker table, a bar.
A full-size animal head, by the way, is a good one.
games. Nah,
No?
I'm good off that.
A mounted animal
No,
head?
I've always found that weird. Arcade games.
Ooh, that's
a good pick. Inflatable pool, hot tub time machine, a line of white stuff. That's crazy.
Will says Erik put together the sports bar. Ayrton put together the dive bar. Totri put together the NFL binge watching man cave.
Ayrton, do you have any thoughts on Mo Odom?
The name's familiar, but no thoughts. No strong thoughts on Mo.
You'll
fair.
get ready to learn
Get
Mo
ready to
Odom,
learn
buddy.
Eminem, buddy. Yeah, B-Sang surround sound theater system. That
Yeah,
was going to
surround
be
sound
my
theater
next pick
system.
if we had that.
We should do like
Um,
a 10-round snake
A
draft.
10-round
for
snake, just a
something
full day.
just the whole show. 10-round
Will
snake
says
draft.
Dom Totri doesn't need friends. He has family. That's funny.
True.
Oh my gosh. Again, guys, you can vote on who you think won this snake draft at PHNX _Sun Devils. Throw us a follow while you're over there as well. And if you enjoyed all of today's content, you can follow me at Anthony_Totri. You can follow the blind mouse here at Erik Ruby. That is Erik with a K. You could follow Ayrton. Where can the folks follow you at home?
At Freckled Mamba.
At Freckled
course.
Mamba. I love it. You can follow Ayrton at the Freckled Mamba. New nickname. Just he gave it to himself. I'm absolutely here with that. Guys, we will be back on Thursday. Same time, same place. But in the meantime, go Devils. Peace.
We all silly like the mayor.